I would still tell them that I got you. Hey, I was facing death alone. Hey, nobody called my phone. I'm just like, God, do you hear me? Please forgive them, they don't know that they sinning. I'ma be a star, please believe me. Hey, dim the lights and you can see me. I'ma be a star, please believe me. Yeah. Hey, heart throbbing. I feel like pain is a life sentence. Gotta get up and keep going. Gotta get up and keep going. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
No lunch break. I'll just take it.
2 meats you don't like? What's those meats?
They got steak and pork. I'm not a fan of the ones in here. I mean, I don't really care that much for pork, and the steak here is not great.
My boy doesn't like pork, guys. Kill him.
Like, dude, my mom ruined me. My mom makes god tier steak, so like any steak that doesn't even come close to her is just not up to snuff. I don't fuck with it.
Aww.
Like even other, like literally, I'm picking stuff when it comes to Mexican restaurants. No, dude, she's a good ass fucking cook. Same with my aunt. They make that shit good.
Like as in that's adorable. That's kawaii.
Bruh, fuck off.
What? I'm not making fun. I'm just being honest. That's nice.
Okay.
What the hell?
Whatever.
I could be nice.
I'm not saying you can't. Oh, the hell made this? Hold up. It's clean. It's a bit sus. No, I'm just gonna go over here. Oh. Oh. What's clearly out here? We speak the Weebanese up in this bitch. Oh, someone's in here.
Who is it?
What do you want?
Oh
shit.
Oh,
get your Rammstein again. Oh, let's go.
You know, Murray, I wish you came in with the John Wick when the Deuce was with the intro.
For a minute.
That's what I was trying to get the vibe of.
Dude, this guy came in, I thought he was singing Latin, but then I was like, wait, no, that's German.
So,
cultured.
do you like steak and pork? Mark?
I like
Are you
what?
Yeah, I already know yours. Yeah, you could. You said you pork.
Steak and pork?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with steak and pork. I mean, I am a fat ass for a reason.
Well, you're skinny by American standards, sir.
I'm anemic by American standards.
Ja.
And I was only saying this shit because I told him I don't like the steak and pork here at my Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
because my mom makes god tier steak, and in here it's just not up to snuff, so I just don't have it. Because I was gonna have my lunch break, but they didn't have the combination that they have here, and I was like, oh, I'm not in the mood for chicken today, so I guess I'm not having the lunch break. Like, fuck it.
All right, so
fucking.
So what is their best meat over there then?
No, the combination. I had it. If you ever come here, dude, 1000%. Yeah, it's literally steak, pork, mixed with like vegetables and mushrooms, and dude, it's godlike, bro. Like it is the fucking best shit I've ever. And we serve it at our taco stand things when we go to private parties, and they always say, "Oh, what you recommend?" I always go, "Dude, combination never go wrong." And I've yet to have anyone like, "Dude, no, that homie's right. This shit's god tier." I'm like, "Dude, hell yeah, dude."
Oh, sounds like me and Bio got a mission to go out
you
there by you and fucking.
Like, if you're coming, you gotta make sure I'm with you, because you either get a discount or you get it for free, depending what you're getting.
Alright.
I'm not even bullshitting you. They really like, dude. I came one time with my homie because Neff for fun. He came for Tekken himself and some other games, but one of their guys was getting sponsored for Tekken from because they're from Canada, so he was like their manager and shit. And I've known him since forever, right? Like he knew because of Tekken and shit. But he came in. He's like, what should I go to here or Combo Break? He's like, oh no, Combo Break. If you want to, you can chill at my place. And yeah, no, he took me up and he came here and he wanted to go somewhere to eat. I was like, dude, let's go to my restaurant. And got him a nice, like 3 tacos with some other shit. I think and a torta, and they didn't even charge me. I'm like, wait, you guys sure? Like, I don't mind paying. Like, nah, it's okay. You enjoy it. I was like, all right, bet. So that's why I tell homies, like, you want to come through? Like, depending what you're getting, obviously, if you're lucky enough, they might just give it to me free. I even offer them, like, you sure you want me to pay? It's like, nah, fine. You do good work. I even came here for my party, and they gave me a discount when I got a big ass, bolo fajita, because it was my birthday. So I was like, okay, I got my mom, my sister, her boyfriend, my brother. Clockwork was there, so it was a pretty good meal.
They love the green.
And we all made sure that we were hungry for that. Yeah, man, it was like what I think 40 something. Run it up to 50, but normally it's like $100. So they literally just took half off. And you with Taquis and shit, we'll cut it half off. It's like, ooh, let's go. Of
They
course,
know-
the chefs like me too. So
They know Greatest is gonna be big one day, and he knows. They know that he's gonna sponsor the hell out of it. In fact, they're gonna take a photo with him, and then they're gonna hang it in the wall like they did.
you know they would. They would. They would do that. I'm
I
not
know.
even bullshitting you, dude.
Small company.
Yeah, but it's a nice little pad. We have like a.
doing that.
But yeah, there you go. Some lore on place I work.
Greatest gamer lore. Or as we would like to call it in short, the greatest lore.
Oh my god.
Hey,
I'm done with y'all.
back at again with the name change. All right, gentlemen. So are you all ready? Are you all ready to start this greatness?
I mean, pretty much. I mean, the lore one was a great way to start it, basically.
Man, I'm feeling hyped. I'm pretty accurate on my fucking numbers for UFC right now. I am so fucking
Oh, you're
happy.
funny.
I only need 2 more fights and like I'm set. So like,
Sadly-
hell yeah, man, let's do this shit.
So.
That's very upsetting. I will have to send him a very angry HR letter, so we're gonna get that.
It's so goofy
down
ass.
in a little bit. Listen. I've been telling you for a long time. We discussed this. I have it on tape too. That you said that I was your manager for your channel.
Whatever. Where's the water? Am I retarded? Didn't I get one?
You need water? Let me call the agent real quick. Just kidding.
I don't know.
Hey, that would have been pretty dope though. But Mar, so I'm guessing your tickets has been winning on those UFC. Wait, hold on. First of all,
I've only fucked up on 2 fights so far.
So welcome people. This is I gotta check my ticket in a minute. But welcome to Val Chill, and well, as always, I have my 2 best hosts. We're missing the bonus character, the bonus,
Bonus
task. Sorry guys, I've been watching. I watched a whole 30-minute of about a guy who married a anime character, and
Oh right, we were talking about that.
well, we're talking about that. But I also watched. The only reason I brought it up on that day was because I watched
Dude, I seen that years ago, dude.
30 minutes. Yeah, no. The news was late, but the YouTuber just decided to make it on his channel. You know, I watched me pop. I mentioned to him in the last YouTube video.
I mean, dude, for as long as he's married and alive to that fucking Miku, they're gonna keep talking about him.
True.
Yeah, but we got all the categories set up, right? We have it in our messages and everything.
I
Things you
don't.
wanted to pop up.
I know, Mar. You had something.
I haven't posted shit. It's
I
mainly
might
you
have
3.
something. I will say I might have something that I will.
Hey, look,
definitely
man.
bring up.
Whatever. You guys can start this one. Like I said, I'll try to talk not as much because last time I did a decent job of not talking as much. And
Oh
you know,
man,
we
you
already know
see,
the reason I'm coming. I have to talk for 9 hours. Great.
we were talking about this one time where we're trying to guess. I trying to talk more myself because I know I've been listening back and I know it's my talk time. It's like podcasting is like a sport. If you do probably not like a sport. Let me rephrase that. Wait, well, someone has to make their threes every so often. I'm trying to make my threes. I'm trying to make a good reference with this.
I mean, but I mean,
So you're trying to pat your stats? That is what you're
Yes,
saying.
I'm trying to get an hour worth of talk. Basically, I had to be in Greatest shoes, and Greatest has to be in my shoes. That's what I'm gonna get.
Yes.
And Mari, you're a good you're a good host and co-host.
he's a good intermediate.
He really
he's a good
is.
intermediate.
So, with that being said, do I have any topics though? To be honest, a little bit, yeah. I mean, we're gonna get around there, but if we,
Well, how about this? To start out, who's the one who's the most eager to cover something? Because I'm neutral, so I'm good. I got a lot what I wanted to say out the first 2 times, so I'm good. And I mean, maybe Mar seems to always be the one. Oh, there's something I want to bring up, and then from there he gets me talking, so we already know.
Mar, you pretty hyped for this one, I know, because you.
I am more than hyped for this entire situation because it has been balls to the wall, absolute craziness when it comes to this situation. So
I've been making it worse too. I don't know if you guys see. I mean, have you seen more what I've been posting lately on YouTube?
Oh yeah, I actually ended up seeing. For those who don't know, this might be a new announcement for you guys, but Greatest Gamer is now a controversy tuber. So definitely definitely check out his stuff because he's enjoying this stuff. He's essentially relishing in the idea of just becoming a controversy tuber and being able to put in his rants and. Ooh, sorry, I'm over here burping because I just had tacos.
Ooh.
Fucking, he's gonna be doing a lot more rants, a lot more like just his point of view on things. It is not news, guys. It is 100% not news. Don't come here for the
exactly.
facts.
Thank you.
We Donald Trump this shit. All right, we're not here for the facts.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. I mean, the thing is, it's nothing new with the channel because Mar and Val, you guys know what I've done is nothing new. Like, I'll cover something, whatever. It's generally gaming, really, whatever. Maybe there'll be a Silent Hill controversy, and the biggest one was the Crumb Cat video. You guys know that? It was like, I dare say Resident Evil 4 is not perfect. Its audio was whack. Comments. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And losing their fucking goddamn brain. I'm like, homie, this is literal facts. You can see the numbers right there. Are you okay, dog?
Are you okay?
That's why I even did it. I'm like, there's a controversy with VTubers. Don't even research. Let me just say what I think, slightly edit it, and then watch me get like $40 in 2 days. And oh my god, that's beautiful. By the way, that's how much money I have because of that fucking video now. Thanks, people who clicked on it. But yep, it's a fun announcement for you guys. Just start the podcast off. Oh, my neck cracked. But yeah, Mara, well, it's something else. Thanks for doing the good way of shilling my channel there. But is there anything that specifically you wanted to talk about that we will ourselves at this current moment induct such controversy?
I think. Wait, can I predict it? I'm gonna predict it. You want to go for the Optic versus Activision?
Oh, see, that's what I was waiting for. I was trying to set it up. Like, I know he wants to talk about that really bad thing.
I know that one, dude. I didn't watch the whole video. I know it was like 30 minutes. This guy talked about it. I just want to know, like, what the. He didn't really.
I haven't even touched it. I'm gonna keep it.
He didn't even start the video with like the main reasonings of anything. I know it was something along the lines of. Well, I guess he doesn't want to do the podcast, so now I have to run it, guys. No. Welcome to Only Vile. He's probably talking. I'm not hearing him. I think he's speaking. Oh wait, when he comes back, I gotta do the voice. All right, I finished the mission. I think I S-ranked it, guys. Let's take a look. Nice. I did. You 7.
Might want to put you have your recording on, right?
Yeah, I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording.
Yeah, you might want to pause. I mean, I don't know if you do that. So you might want to pause and then bring it back up once he's back. That way you don't have to worry as much. When was the pause? And then you know it's right there when it's two separate clips. Bit of advice that I do. What I remember is the time. Remember when me and Clockwork. Remember when I was talking on Discord over my phone? Like that's the one I wanted the recording of. That's the one I wanted. Now I remember. Yeah. I mean, because the thing I have a backlog. I gotta put them in my AI, so it's like whenever I'm not tripping.
I wish I had an AI.
Be mad at it.
I wish I liked stuff. Dude, I missed the secure evidence, dude. A 7 out of 8. I only got an A+. If I just had that one piece of evidence. I don't even know what it was. Oh my goodness, dude. I tried so hard to get a damn S rank. I double checked my work. Something must have glitched. There's a way in these games where you get to highlight.
I mean, it is the indie. He's back.
But hey, what's up?
Oh my god, man, I am heated. Now my internet just did me bogus as hell.
Dude, that's the Chicago internet, bro. On God.
Yeah, that's just it. I'm not even. I'm in the burbs, which makes it even worse because it's a fucking rural area. So like, our towers out here are just fucking ass cheeks.
See, bro, look, I've always had decent internet my whole time, and I've noticed when it's peak hours, that's when it wants to tweak the most, bro. And you know, sometimes it's just unreliable. That's why, bro, I went to Japan. Tell me, Japan. Their hotspot Wi-Fi, bro, was more reliable than the shit I pay $80 for over here, bro. Like, what? It's just Chicago Wi-Fi, bro. That's what I'm saying.
That's because they actually care for their people out there, man. We just want money out here.
I mean, no. You know what blew my mind? Like, it's called a foreign moment when they're like, oh, like someone said they Sweden and Japan, right? This happened for a person in Sweden and in Japan. They said, oh man, okay, you can get your right because they were hosting, right? Like at a hostel or whatever. Or what is, you know, regardless of they're just saying with people. They're like, okay, what's the Wi-Fi password? Like, oh, how much do I have to pay you for the internet? Like, what do you mean? Oh, you guys are gonna have like extra fees, right? Because you know I'm gonna use up your internet. Like, what? No, you get unlimited internet. And they're like, what? They don't charge you for that? Like, no, that comes with the internet. And then they're just like, dude, my country sucks. Like, only America for some reason charges you to have unlimited web. Like, I pay an extra $30 for mine because, dude, I literally stream and edit video and all kinds. Like, I need unlimited web, bro.
This is why we
I
need
can't
to.
have that 1 terabyte limit. And I look at my stats every time, dude. I always waste like 1.5 terabytes minimum, always, bro, every month. So I'm making use of my $30, bro.
This is why we had to go
But yeah.
to Japan.
Not gonna lie, I'm pretty much around that same rate, man. Because I mean, hell, you like just about everything that you do nowadays, it involves internet. So
Yeah, right,
if
exactly.
anything,
That's
that
the
would be a
other thing.
PSA to everyone who does this shit, man. Because like, if you want to do anything involving like podcasting or like constantly using the internet to look up stuff, or like you're uploading, downloading constantly, yeah, you need that good internet out here.
Yeah, no, actually, that's actually a subtopic that came up, but that's pretty good, actually. But yeah, Mar, sorry that you got cut off by our booty water internet here. Did you hear what Vile said before you got cut off?
No, I did not, because it just got cut off completely.
Which was the Optic versus oh shoot, it's Activision.
I think it's Activision. Well, yeah, that was something I was going to bring up. It's funny too because I kind of alluded to this a little bit in like a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about the whole the Middle East, like wanting to throw money into esports and that. And now that this situation is even coming up, like it kind of gets me even more worried now, because it's like, again, because we had this situation already happen before with all of these big companies that, like, basketball team owners and all these other people want to come in and throw all this money into like any esport that they were looking at. Like the only two that they were mainly looking at, from what I know, they were looking at League of Legends at first.
Okay.
And they were also looking at Overwatch. Now the whole Activision Blizzard thing, in terms with this, what people are calling Optic, which really it isn't Optic, it's really just Hector Rodriguez, aka Hecz, the co-owner of Optic, and one of the content creators, or like he's known as like the king of COD, Gump, or Seth Abner. They both filed a lawsuit against Activision Blizzard in saying that they've essentially monopolized the esport of Call of Duty to the point where they're losing too much money and not enough money is being like returned back. And they've lost so much over the years that they're incapable of actually making their returns. So they're basically attacking them to try to make something back before this whole ship basically sinks. A lot of people are in the mindset, because they've already dropped so many people that work doing the lands for the Call of Duty events. Like that last Call of Duty event that they had in Boston, once that was done, they basically fired like 95% of the staff that was there, that worked for 3 days straight, that they didn't even know whether or not they were going to come back, if they're going to have a job. Now, that doesn't necessarily have to deal with what's going on with Optic and Activision. I just wanted to bring that up just to show just how fucked this situation is. But essentially it came down to this, because Hector brings up a good case where in 2016, when they first wanted to start up the CDL, of course, they wanted big investors to come in, pour in a lot of money, so then, they can start the thing and actually have, like, I guess you could say, quote unquote, pros being labeled as exactly that. And they basically have their league of their own where they don't have to worry about playing through polls and shit. So Hector was originally the owner of Optic. He essentially started Optic. He was going in showing that, hey guys, like, I want to be able to buy my team in. They told him, well, you can't, because in order for you to, you have to pay, you have to show us in your bank that you're able to hold $3 million right now. And besides that, you have to show that you're able to get a $10 million loan off of your credit. And on top of that, you need to sell your team to a bigger investor to then pay $27.5 million just for a spot. in the CDL.
Damn.
So he basically had to lose being the owner of Optic, which he did in 2017. He sold it to I'm trying to remember. It was a company called Infinite or Infinity. I think it was Infinite.
Infinity.
And they have like a whole bunch of teams under their umbrella. So unfortunately, because of the situation, Hector had to sell to them. He figured that was the best bet, but he essentially just lost Optic. Like he was just no longer the head of Optic, which made zero sense to everyone because it's like, how the fuck do you not have this person who literally built this shit from the ground up not be the owner of it? Like it makes no sense. So it was a long, hard-fought battle for a while, but he eventually ended up getting Optic back in 2020, which, thumbs up, it's freaking amazing. Everyone was happy about it, including me, because it's like, man, like, if I ended up starting something and that... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, if you don't mind. My thing is, did he get it back? Hopefully, I'm assuming, because obviously Optic, I'd say, is worth more in the golden era of COD. And right in 2020, COD was nowhere near the golden. So hopefully, did he at least get it back with like you know how sometimes you get things back in a loss? Like, did he get it like in net positive? Like, did he get it for less than what he sold it for?
No. Here's the part that I was about to bring up. In 2020, he did acquire Optic back. However, in order for him to stay inside of the league with the Optic name, he had to sell his slot that he had because originally they were in LA. So he had to get rid of Optic from being in Los Angeles, which, if everyone doesn't know, that spot actually ended up going to the LA Thieves. Shout outs to them, because that's a completely different story, because it kind of does have to tie in with Optic from a different timeline, but we're not on that part. We're on this part specifically. Hector gets Optic back, but he has to sell his spot in LA, and he has to sign to another big investor and give up 92.5% of ownership of Optic.
Wild.
Which then he had to again find a new partner, which he did. He ended up along with Team Envious, the guys who are out in Texas who ended up doing a phenomenal job. They actually were an esports team before Optic came in. They actually had Team Envious, Dallas Empire, like all under their umbrella, which then, since now they bought Optic, they know Optic is a much bigger name. They basically turned from the Dallas Empire to Optic Texas. So that's where they're at now. But Hector, even though he is technically the co-owner, he only has a small percentage. I think he was only like 8.5% or 7.5%. And like he had to give away like 92.5% of his shit, man. It's like, wow, like you guys really like did this man dirty multiple times. And I'll tell you, like, here's the crazy part about this. In order for you to have a team, you need to have big investors backing you, and then you have to pay for a slot, and there's only 12 slots, $27.5 million for your slot. Now, this isn't news to anyone who's been a part of the COD scene. Everyone knew about that. But here's the fun part. After you buy yourself in, every dollar you make, they take 50 cents out of it. Like, they make 50 cents per your dollar. Every single thing you make in merchandising, in, like, all that shit goes straight to ActivisionBIZ. And, on top of that, if any of the members from all the different teams want to be able to go and branch out and actually get sponsors in that, so that they'd be able to get more revenue coming in, they can't do it. They're only told to specifically stream at certain times or on certain platforms, which is another big L, because it's like, if you're not streaming on Twitch, what the fuck are you really doing? Like, let's really be honest here. But of course, you know, what these guys being the ingenious motherfuckers that they are, they stream on YouTube rather than Twitch.
Oh, well, they're fucked. Look, man, unless you're dude, they're the only ones who can pull it off are VTubers. That's just actual fact.
Yeah. And I really hate to say, with this entire situation that's been going on with Call of Duty, I'm also in the belief that this is going to be the final year that we're going to have
Any sort of
a
release
good competitive year, because little by little everything just seems to be getting taken away, and they're constantly coming up with the craziest excuses of like, oh no, everything's fine, don't worry about it, like things are fine here. But like, hey, we see the entire building's on fucking fire. We're trying to save the things that we've been loving and endearing for so long, since like fucking 2006, and you guys are just sitting here like, oh no, don't worry about it, everything's fine, it's good, don't worry. So
And here's-
Hector, oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I want to make sure you finish. Then I'll add my 2 cents.
All right, so that's where this whole situation is going with Hector and Seth with this lawsuit. Now, I've heard pretty much every opinion under the sun when it comes to the COD community, and the thing that I kind of saw it's 44 pages long. It's kind of ridiculous to read everything. Obviously, you would want the TLDR. I kind of gave you the gist of it, but there's a lot more detail into it. But here's where it's going to pretty much go. From the way how this lawsuit looks, it does look like they're trying to recover losses, which makes sense, because the amount of money that they lost, and then on top of that, they're literally seeking the ship like in real time in front of everyone's face. Like, we don't know. Like, we literally just seen Overwatch just go down essentially the same way, and now you're doing the same thing to Call of Duty. Like, we know it's coming, so we need to try to save or salvage whatever we can before the ship is done for good. And they're trying to make it seem like, oh man, these guys, we can't believe that they would do such a thing to the fans, to the organization, and to Call of Duty's success. And it's like, man, y'all really don't understand. Some of these teams are so pivotal to the community. If Optic, FaZe, in fact, just those two, if those two decided to opt out and not play in the league is dead. So, like, everyone's kind of a little bit unhinged right now, because everyone's like in the idea of like, oh man, it's not going to go anywhere, nothing's going to happen, which it could happen. I'm not going to lie, it could possibly happen. However, I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm pretty sure that Activision is going to play the whole role of like, oh, these guys are just being greedy and doing it for the money, while taking everyone's money as they're saying this shit. And I'm hoping if it does go to court, we have some competent people who are able to sit down and read through all of these papers and all this file work and basically just look at the receipts, hear what they have to say, and then make a decision. So I feel like if they actually do that, things could go in favor for Hector and Seth. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just shooting shit out of my ass.
Right.
From what you guys know, I'm probably just like 100%. You don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't fucking study law. But like, just from what I've seen and from my understanding, from how I see it, there is a way to win, but it really kind of falls into the courts, like the court side of the court, no pun intended.
Right.
And I really do have faith that they would be able to see this, because this is a pretty new case, but this is something that, if it's looked at thoroughly and properly, other esports might follow suit after this. Because I, for one, am sick and tired of people just constantly throwing like millions of dollars and giving the people who are actually putting in the effort to keep this alive in the dark, because that's essentially what Activision Blizzard does. So all of their and on top of that, they literally got rid of the competition. They bought the competition. Remember MLG? Guess who bought MLG? Activision Blizzard. So you can't say, oh, what if MLG picks it? Well, you can't do that, because it just so happens MLG is Activision Blizzard.
Yeah,
so they literally turned this into a full-on monopoly where they're the ones making the most possible money out of it, without actually making an effort to taking care of the community. Because if they were taking care of the community, we wouldn't be in this situation. Okay.
Oh no, that's good. I was just saying no, and it's funny. I'll go back to what you said earlier. That was pretty good. I was thinking the whole time, but like, you know what? I want to end up with the whole lawsuit thing. Like right now, it seems like we're in an age of where gaming is a lot in sport. Like we already with the Sony Xbox, and even right now we have like one of the VTubers. Again, you guys know the whole Niji Sanji thing. All you know is apparently the former VTuber. They're having a court case again with paperwork and all this other bullshit. Now we have Optic. I'm like, what's with all this gaming court related shit? Like, homie, if someone was specializing in gaming court shit, like, homie, that motherfucker must be getting banged because they're ready. And from what it seems, I mean, I'm like in the same case, right? But it sounds about right what's happening, and I think how this led. And here's the thing: the whole esports thing getting fucked because, like, in the end of the day, here's what it is, bro. Call of Duty as an esport was already dropping the second Ghost drop. Because that's when everything was going downhill, and that's where I think at least half of the pro players, like original, they're not there anymore. You know, by that point, if I'm not wrong, MLG was already bought out, and I saw it coming from a mile away, right? Like Black Ops 2 was peaking, and then we went to Ghost. There was such a massive difference, right? Like, and there's two great documentaries that covered the whole incident on why COD as an esport is not what it used to be, and part of it was because of they talked about like voice chat. I was like, oh, that's a unique perspective. Like, yeah, the voice chat was good for YouTube videos, and that's how FaZe really got a lot of their money was from quick shows and videos, not their esports league. That's what FaZe's thing. I was like, oh, interesting. I always looked at them as, you know, the esport thing. But like, no, they were more known because of their personalities, and again, like you said, the community. That's what made COD, right? But the reason I saw for two reasons, I'm like, I knew COD wasn't going to go anywhere. Was one of the things that happened with Ghost is that, oh shit, you're stuck with whatever game that is. Like, if you were the best Black Ops 2 player, you go to Ghost, you're ass. You're just ass. That can hurt your viewership. That can hurt your tournament winnings. That can hurt your sponsorship. And you have to play that one. And I already saw how Activision Blizzard already had their hands into, or, you know, at that point, just Activision. And that's when I see the difference, like, why FGC can outlast COD. Is like, there's no one single monopoly. People are like, oh man, Activision is, in my eyes, the second I found out about esports for COD, I'm like, no, it's already a monopoly. You're already stuck playing whatever the next COD is. Because and here's the worst part is that something COD players definitely don't realize. So I think some of them are a bit idiots. Is that no, for the most part, most people don't give out esports. Like, they just don't. And that's why I saw when I was in high school, right? Everyone was like, oh, I want to be esports. Everyone wanted to be the next esports kid, the next FaZe clan. But no one actually sat there and practiced. No one even watched tournaments. So to me, it's like Activision has all the chips. And on top of that, what everyone knows that more than the community is the people, and you're stuck to whatever game. Because we've seen it with other games too. Like, oh man, so many people hated a lot of the CODs. Right? I think Modern Warfare, we had a bit of research to esports. I even saw, like, I actually saw esports footage for the first time. I tried with Black Ops 3, and I saw that no one really cared. Fucked off, right? And then the new Modern Warfare, the reboot, everyone was super excited. And at a certain point, they got tired of it because the maps. The second people were starting to get tired of Modern Warfare, or all the map design was trash, interest in esports drops. Like, if the game doesn't deliver, the esports isn't going to deliver. And it's weird how, because the FGC has the same problem too. If it won't deliver as a product, it's not going to deliver in esports. And that's why I feel like COD players, like the smart ones, they saw Ghost and said, I'm going to head out. You know, good number. I've seen a good couple of documentaries from them. Everyone else was just, in my opinion, they're coping. Like, COD as an esports became a niche after Ghost. Because again, I actually liked watching it, but I never heard anything. No one talked about it. I liked it when Infinite Warfare added a feature. Oh, here we're having a tournament. And I said, like, why don't other things do that? Advertise it in your own fucking game. And why is Infinite Warfare the only one to this day that still kind of does that? And why is Modern Warfare, the reboot, the only one that actually I saw a ranked playlist? And it felt clear to me. And remember, I'm an average person. Let's say it was there since Modern Warfare, right, while it worked. What matters is how good do you implement it that the average moron can pay attention. You know, and that's what it is, because I'm just casual. And I liked watching COD play. Like, it looks sick. But I would never care. Like, it happened to see it from Modern Warfare because it was super hype. Everyone had eyes on it. To this date, the CODs haven't touched the sales numbers of the first week for Modern Warfare reboot. And that's all. And then it went back. Like, they had that, like, Ghost dropped. And it's just been people who only care about COD. And then Modern Warfare came back. Oh, normies even started. And then all that dropped off. Cold War. They tried. You know, I like Cold War personally. But everybody else didn't give a shit. You know, so in my opinion, most people is like, they don't know that. MLG became a niche. Like, MLG became more niche than the FGC. I heard more people talk about Sonic Fox, Mortal Kombat, and Dragon Ball. And going to GameStop, and this is coming from me, and even fellow GameStop players. You guys can talk to people that work there, and even they're like, yeah, dude, I've heard more people interested in Tekken tournaments than MLG. That's just been the shift, honestly. So that sinking ship, like, even Activision's finally seen it, because guess what? Vanguard was absolute garbage. Like, it's always been headed in this direction, and I do gotta give props to the people who stuck it out. Like, I have mad respect for them. Because, again, like, I agree with Marcel, because there's something to love about the game. At the end of the day, Call of Duty is the arcade shooter. It's not Battlefield, it's not Counter-Strike, and it's not Quake. It never will be. It's not as MLG as them. That's not the point. It's something that everybody can easily access, and then be like, yo, I could be that guy. That was the appeal of COD. That's why, in my opinion, it had some of the strongest numbers for viewership and money. Like, they didn't have to, because how many fucking copies did it sell? Like, it had such a huge potential, but I saw where it was going with the audience, the people that fucking ran it, you know. And at the end of the day, the community 100% has been carrying it on its back. I think even more arguably than some people in the FGC. They don't even realize it. Because think about it, your shit literally became a niche, bro, and you guys were carrying the shit out of that fucking scene. And they get so loud about the things they care about. Even I hear about it. That's when you know your scene's dedicated, bro. I'm here minding my own business, playing BB Tag, and I'm like, Dragon Ball's complaining about what now? Oh, okay, they're complaining about lab code. Oh, the Call of Duty's complaining about this thing. Oh shit, damn. All right, let me see what this is about. Like, you know, like, I hear more about controversies within the fucking MLG scene than anything else. I don't hear shit about the fucking what the game is, this or that, whatever. But mainly skill-based matchmaking. Those are bitches. If you're complaining about skill-based matchmaking and you don't actually understand it, shut up. You're just an idiot. We talked about this before. But the other thing I wanted to get at too is that not even just for COD, it's showing another indicator that we're reaching here is that I something I was thinking about is that right now it's just not a good era for esports. It just isn't, because we saw just COVID. Literally, one of the biggest things was COVID, and the money's not there. If the money's not there for people to pay $70 for these booty water games or $60, what makes you think they're gonna have the money to donate, buy merch? Like, money has to go in, and there is no money. I was thinking, like, bro, you ever notice for anything with if you're in an entertainment business, you're the first one to suffer. You know, like whether you do a sport, you do a gaming, internet, whatever. Right now, it's just the worst time to be in the entertainment field. Like, just straight up, nobody has any money. They're too busy, you know, doing something else or trying to find a job or whatever. Like, no one has money to invest in it. And I think Activision kind of sees that. Like, so no one's interested in COD. We're literally getting cucked by indie titles. And for sure, no one cares about the esports scene. And that's why I noticed when you were saying, it's like, yup, look at them. They're trying to finesse the people who are really trying to keep the game alive and care for what it is. Like, they treat it as a business. They don't treat it as an investment. They're like, oh, nah, we're just going to throw this away and try the next week's thing, maybe some battle royale or some bullshit. And you know what? Even with the FTC, like, I'm not hyped for Tekken. I never was hyped for Tekken World Tour. A Street Fighter 6 is botching their CPT tour. And think about it. They have $1 million. The only reason anyone's talking about SF6 is, $1 million. But no one's keeping up with CPT because they're doing a bad job of marketing it. No one's really putting that much money. And again, what's happening? Oh, Capcom is overcharging you for DLC. Like, every bad press is just hurting it. So then you also start losing sponsors, bro. Like, one thing that sucks is a lot of porn sites went, like YouPorn, Pornhub. I remember they were trying to sponsor for, I think maybe one of them was for Homo Watch and some other thing. But they're like, oh no, we don't want those sponsors. So it's like, now you're limiting your fucking sponsorships. And that's what also kind of sucks trying to appeal to kids is that, well, we can't have those sponsors. And people don't know Pornhub makes good fucking money. But I don't think that's a surprise when you stop and think about it for 10 seconds. So that's fucked. And again, I didn't even know about that one actually. That, oh yeah, no, you can't have these sponsors. I'm like, dead ass. So it's not like the FGC where you can just get your sponsors and shit. Damn, that's bullshit. And the thing is, and that's why the FGC is still surviving, is that a lot of the core members just look at niche fighting games like for Third-Strike, whatever. Bro, that's self-funded by the community, and they do it purely for the passion and the love of the sport. Like, Third-Strike, in my opinion, is never going to pop off as an esport. And that comes from someone who plays Third-Strike. It's too fucking hard and too niche, and people just want the new thing. That's just the thing that you got to realize. Like, that's why old COD, like, you love Black Ops 2? This is information? Never going to reach what it used to be. People just want the new fucking thing. That's just how these filthy, modern, majority idiots are. Oh, the new thing. I need the shiny. I need a new thing. Just look at the NRS community. Enough said, right? But all the bad press, and if your main consumer base isn't happy, like, you know, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you need the normies to be happy.
You know what's
COD
crazy?
hasn't really made anyone happy in years. Yeah, what's up, Bob?
Is that, like, even the other teams, because there's so many other esports teams, like, people are going to be like, oh, what would be wrong if one esports team leaves, right? Because there's a bunch of other teams. Honestly, the other teams would probably do the same follow suit. I don't know how their contracts be looking like, but I think the other ones is going to have to start following with the same path with Optic, just because, you know, they're going to feel like they're getting chipped too, and they probably only signed the contract because that's what they probably thought how business works.
Right, yeah. I mean, to me, the only hope is the fact that COD comes out in a year, and now that Microsoft owns this, then the next COD might actually be godlike. That's their best saving grace, really. Because at the end of the day, they're at the hinge more of the game than anything else, and I personally saw that shit, and that's what causes it's a chain effect, right? Like, if there was so much money to go around, they wouldn't give. They'd even be like, oh, "Fuck it, we'll pay you to actually. You don't have to pay for the entry. Like, we just need more people to watch. You know, just look at Fortnite." But granted, that's again huge kid populated, but just to me right now, honestly, I think right now is just not the time for esports. It's Saudi Arabia. Why are they doing it? They have the money. They're willing to be like, hey, we'll ship you out here. We clearly kill your talent. We have all the time to kill. But as far as definitely the West, and even Japan, Japan's currency for the yen is struggling. America's 100% struggling. Esports right now in the two most important countries, arguably Japan, America, fuck. And even if you care for China, they got no real esports scene in my opinion. They're fucking trash. They're also struggling economically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can you sit here and focus on fucking, oh, COD, Street Fighter? Bro, you don't even got a roof over your fucking head. You can't even eat and shit. How the fuck is anyone gonna focus on an esports team? That's just the reality that I really came to the conclusion of seeing. I'm like, homie, until people can actually buy PS5s, like, fuck it. Like, literally, I've been in GameStop, talk to the dude. People turn in PS5s, they're like, there's no real games for it, and I have to pay shit. You know, I gotta pay bills and shit. Like, until the economy becomes stable, I think esports is just fucked right now. And that's why, again, you guys know I'm making a game? And now I'm even more glad I'm not trying to focus on the esports scene. Because no, I want people to pay $20, enjoy whatever, you know, whatever scrums of dollars they have, enjoy a fully fledged game. I'll make maybe a sequel or two, build a strong player base off of good offline content and decent online. Then by the third title, here's a ranked playlist. And now that we have two games, I've fairly balanced it. We can start a small esports circuit and see where this goes.
I wonder if
That's one of the reasons I want to tightly control my shit. Because trying to jump into the esports bit can just make everything ruin. And then ruin someone's experience. That's what I had with Siege. I had such a bad experience with the first year. I'm like, wait, why is it not on PSN? PSN is much bigger than Xbox. That's just stupid. If anything, you should have it on all three platforms. Why was there no cross? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's too many mistakes that are going to happen from your first title. I think it's the most naive thing to be like, oh, I'm new to the thing. Oh, let me just jump into esports. Mad stupid. And even for me, like, now I'm even to like, no, fuck it, my third game. Then I'll do some esports stuff. And I'm going to lightly dip in it to see how it pans out. You know what I'm saying? Just, that's me personally. And even I don't care. Like, next year I'll try for CPT again. But if Capcom still has, again, input issues, there's even core problems with the games. How many times they took out reload canceling. Oh, they got this. People who even play the goddamn games aren't even happy because there are critical issues. Mortal Kombat's PC port is that 100% shot them in the foot. Your main player base, this is just true. We all started, like, Call of Duty and Street Fighter players, we all started on a console. Straight up, you know, they all rock 360. PS4, some of them kind of went, they heard about PC, whatever, they're expensive. But then when they really started seeing people play at 120 FPS, mouse and keyboard, mixed box, even Japanese players, PCs are expensive, they were like, oh shit, this is what it's like to play PC? They threw that PS4 right in the trash. And now, any pro player worth their salt, for the most part, 90%, are on PC. And the fact you botched a PC port, you might have, no, that's it, it's over. Because they're never going to go back to console. Why would they go back to 4 frames of fucking lag? Lock 60 FPS. I mean, the PS5 barely got 120. Same with the Xbox. But, like, you can't fuck with the settings. I'm like, yo, well, let me get rid of some of this garbage I don't fucking want so I can have, like, 165. You know? Like, once you get that good shit, you can never go back. You know? Like, but that's my whole take on that is right now, it's just not the time for esports unless you're the top of the top and Saudi Arabia wants you. But you're trying to build some shit here, man, homie, wait it on until people have money or some bullshit, because it's not happening, bro. That's just an honest truth. You know, shit. If your fan base is too busy, like, damn, do I buy a soda or do I buy a t-shirt for my face? Like, homie, no, it's better you don't starve to death, dog. Go buy your fucking soda, dude.
Even worse.
I don't know, you could eat from soda.
Like little indie startup doing small tournaments, and out of nowhere, blow up a little bit. You know for sure that company's gonna try to get a cut in it.
Can Xbox interfere? Because isn't Xbox supposed to be, unless with the deal, like, they technically own them.
It's very interesting when you even talk about Xbox, because even looking at the scenes that they have, like Halo, and that's really about it. Like, they used to have Gears of War.
Yeah.
They ended up letting that die.
Gears 5 is trash. Gears 5 killed it. It was so trash it killed the competitive scene.
And then another thing that they also had for a little bit of time was Killer Instinct. They kind of just let that die on the wayside for some weird reason, because it was like a pretty decent game.
Right, and you know what? Let's let Clockwork go off about that on KI, because we were literally talking about this the other day, bro. Like, he's got some words to say about KI.
Oh man, here we go.
AI dropped, dude.
I
Like,
need to
I
hear
love
this.
that game. It was great. And then they're like, okay. So they stopped supporting the game essentially for like, what, like 8 years, and they randomly like, was it last year? Like, finally did a little update, but that was it. Like, dude, why would they drop the ball on such an old IP? Because I was looking at it, like, they were been going since like 94, 93, something like that. And, you know, they were popping off a little bit, you know, arcade machines and all that goodness. Finally ported it, and then like, oh, whoops. Why can't Microsoft spend their money, like, wisely? I think it would have been better if they never bought it in the first place.
Really?
Yeah, no, and that's funny. The reason I want no, because here's the thing. There's 2 reasons why KI never popped off initially, or 3 actually. One reason is because we know the Japanese scene is bigger than FGC. A lot of American titles just don't do as good overseas. They just don't, due to like differences in philosophy or how it is. And one of them is execution. And KI doesn't really have execution in its combos for the most part, compared to say like something like Street Fighter, for example, or even like Electro Wing Godfist for Tekken. So that was one thing. Okay, good. That's strike 1, right? Number 2, which in my opinion was the biggest one, because remember how he said, "Oh, I wish never brought him out." Microsoft bought it out. That made that an Xbox exclusive. That shot it in the foot, growing it. You see, because now Japanese, because Japan, and for those who don't know, Japan normally is not really into Xbox. Like even to this day, the Series S is picking up though, so there's potential. So, now you really fucked over the Japanese player base. So good luck getting any big tournament. So Microsoft 100% had to carry it, right? And to them, and here's the thing: they did. You know how they didn't take it as serious? It was an Xbox Arcade Live title. It was not like Gears or Halo. They didn't treat it at the same level as that. So that already shows you they weren't going to put money like Gears, Halo, or COD, right? And then the final one is, we're going to say it's Xbox exclusive. You guys know, first as a launch title, homie, they botched the shit. I mean, the shit. And this is not a secret, they botched the Xbox launch so badly. So and then they looked at the numbers, right? Okay, it's not doing good, and they even put it free to play. Still did it. Why? Because you scarred people so bad for years. It took an entire new generation for people to be like, you know what? Maybe now I'll get an Xbox. No wonder KI didn't do good. And then when it finally came to PC, it was too late. Literally was too late. And again, also another bad market. The Japanese players don't even fuck with PC. The only ones who do are the pro players, because PCs are just too expensive to make. Even worse now in our economy. But things are looking up because Phil Spencer himself has said, like, oh, you know, we want to do something with KI. So there is hope. But that's the whole situation with KI, man. The second Microsoft bought them out, they were genuinely fucked. Like, the fact they were just on Xbox 100% shot them. They might as well just been like, hold up, give me that good. It's sad to say. If it would have launched at PC at the same time, I think it would have done a little bit better. But like I said, the FGC hadn't fully converted to PC until midway through the PS4's life cycle. I think as a launch title, they should have just delayed it, honestly. They should have delayed it, and then when they did launch it, should have made it free to play. I think it would have done a much better job, honestly. It just came at the wrong time, you know? Wrong time. That's my thoughts, at least.
I like it. Man, that was a lot to discover, too, on that law case. It was enough time to read the actual lawsuit.
But yeah, no, you can even ask Cole. Like, me and him would go over to our homie's house and play fucking KI. We fucking love that shit. It's tough, man. A lot of yes, that's what it is, bro. It's just money management, yada yada. You know, bad timing. I mean, Street Fighter 5 had a shit launch too, and that was a launch title for the PlayStation. And that's what's crazy. SF5, people forget that's a PS5 exclusive or PlayStation 4 exclusive. Did better than KI because people actually bought a fucking PS4, and Street Fighter 5 was a worse product that launched than KI.
Ladies and gentlemen, I finally did it. I did S rank on this mission.
Oh shit, wow, when we were doing all that. But yeah, I guess that covers a bit of esports. Is any other, or anything you want to cap that off with, Mara or Vile, before we move on to whatever subject you guys brought up? I think we covered pretty good on that one.
Had to cover that, man. They're seeing it. Unless they're listening with the ears, then my bad. You guys are gonna hear the background of the video game. But
I don't hear shit.
I know you don't hear.
The what?
Quadruple A games, eh?
Oh, that is a good one to touch on
I do want to
next.
talk about that. The fucking first quadruple A game of all time.
So ways no trust is left is gone. Yeah, it's gone, might as well speed up. Open the legs, I might as well beat up. Yeah, love the money, I never could get enough. I'm in your head, I might as well call you bluff. You're not as hot as me, I got the heat though. No, talking down on me, you still beneath. No, I know it's hard to believe, I play for keeps though. Puff up past that tree, we can't disagree. She get on her knees, she got a degree. Swimming 7 seas, but I'm still floating though.